Namaskar. Welcome to this edition of the News Bulletin. In the headlines today, quality of human resources defines the success of an organization, says Mr. Deepak Chattaraj, CEO, Rourkela Steel Plant. HOD communication meeting held at Steel Melting Shop 2. And Fire Service Department of SAIL, Rourkela Steel Plant, rendering yeoman service in rescuing reptiles. And now the news in detail. The quality of human resources defines the success of an organization in the market, said Mr. Deepak Chattaraj, CEO, Rourkela Steel Plant, RSP, while addressing the inaugural session of Spandan, Galvanizing People into Action, on 29th May 2020 at HRD Center. Mr. P.K. Dash, ED Works, Mr. Rajveer Singh, ED PNA, Mr. D.K. Mahapatra, ED MM, Mr. Pankaj Kumar, ED Projects, Mr. Praveen Nigam, CGM FNA, and many senior officers of the plant were present on the occasion. The two-day program, organized adhering to all the COVID-19 norms, aims at preparing Team RSP to face the post-lockdown challenges and changing business landscape. Deliberating upon the present as well as post-lockdown challenges and impact on economy due to COVID-19, the CEO said steel business has suffered due to lack of economic activities and a concrete plan has to be prepared for the production schedules suitably. In the present scenario, revenue generation, production optimization, expenditure control, and employee engagement are the keys for sustainability of any organization, he added. Mr. Chattaraj also focused on adopting appropriate confidence-building measures so as to bring back normalcy in the steel plant. Mr. Chattaraj urged the participants to come up with new ideas to deal with the challenges with respect to secondary sales for generation of revenue, sales of product, and reconditioning of shop floor equipments to make the organization sustainable. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. P.K. Das stressed upon improving the techno-economics and rationalizing use of important resources like power, coal and coke, etc. Mr. Rajveer Singh elaborated about the massive measures being taken up by the steel plant to face the challenges of COVID-19 pandemic. In his address, Mr. D.K. Mahapatra informed about the steel plant's initiatives to explore alternate sources for various input material in place of the Chinese market. Mr. Pankaj Kumar spoke about the steps being taken to commence the operations of Hot Strip Mill 2. Reducing production cost was the central theme of the speech of Mr. P. Nigam. In the program, the team comprising Mr. S.S. Panda, GM SMS2, and Mr. Sampad Mishra, Senior Manager Refractory, were felicitated by the CEO for bagging the first runners-up award in the SAIL in Management Business Quiz Saksham held at Bhilai. Mr. Chattaraj also released the HRDC Almanac. The program started with the rendition of the national anthem. Ms. Rajeshri Banerjee, GM in charge HRD, welcomed the gathering and coordinated the inaugural session. It is worth mentioning here that 30 participants comprising both executives and non-executives are attending the program. In different sessions of the program, the participants are being sensitized about post-COVID-19 challenges, company strengths and opportunities, embracing changes, creativity and innovation, bringing passion into action, and managing self to manage others. An HOD communication meeting was held at Steel Melting Shop 2, Conference Hall of SAIL, Rourkela Steel Plant on 28th May. Mr. S. Manji, CGM SMS2 presided over the meeting. Present on the occasion were Mr. Y.K. Roy, GM Mechanical, Mr. Krishna Kumar, GM Electrical, Mr. S.S. Panda, GM Operation, Mr. S.K. Nayak, GM Operation and DSO. The meeting was conducted adhering to the guidelines for COVID-19 like social distancing, sanitization, use of masks, etc. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Manji explained the importance of productivity, cost minimization and safety, keeping in mind the adverse impact of the pandemic. During the meeting, a brief presentation was made by Mr. S.V. Sarod, Deputy Manager Personnel, on the impact of COVID-19 on RSP's production and profitability and preparing oneself for post-lockdown period with utmost safety precautions. A documentary on behavioral safety was also screened on the occasion. The Fire Service Department of SAIL, Rourkela Steel Plant RSP, known for its alertness and effectiveness, has been playing an instrumental role in meeting challenges and rendering valuable contributions at different hours of crisis. The multi-skilled personnel of Fire Services Department have not just confined their role to mitigating the fire hazards of the steel plant, they also have honed the skill of disaster management, rescuing of snakes and controlling beehives at plant as well as township. It may be noted that recently there is a spate of cases of snakes entering plant and residential areas for different reasons. The Fire Services Department personnel are rescuing the snakes upon receiving SOS calls from panic-stricken residents and handing them over to the Forest Department of Government of Odisha. Recently, they rescued a rare breed of branded crate around 6 feet in length from CISF barrack. Besides, they also recovered a 4 feet long cobra from Sector 14 area, and on 29th May, the department again rescued a cobra from Transport Department. It is worth mentioning here that the Fire Services Department has also been playing the role of frontline warriors in the battle against COVID-19. The department has been utilizing all its resources, including fire tenders and jetting machines, to safeguard the plant as well as the steel township by undertaking massive sanitization drive. Besides, the personnel of the department, in coordination with personnel department, have started a mammoth exercise of sanitizing the hands of persons entering the plant through all the gates. And that's all for now. Namaskar.